Investing often sounds complicated. Charts, experts, perfect timing. But investing, at its core, is much simpler than most people think. You don't need to predict the market. You don't need large amounts of money. And you don't need to be an expert. You just need a clear starting point. Let's break it down. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to start, even if you're a complete beginner. Part 1. What investing actually is and isn't. Before talking about platforms or products, we need clarity. Investing is not getting rich fast, constant buying and selling, guessing what goes up next. Investing is putting money to work, letting time do the heavy lifting, accepting small, controlled uncertainty for long-term growth. When you invest, you're not trying to be clever. You're trying to be consistent. Most people fail because they overthink the start, not because they chose the wrong thing. Part 2. The biggest mistake beginners make. The most common mistake beginners make is waiting. Waiting to learn more. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting until they feel confident. That moment almost never comes. In reality, investing is something you learn by doing, not by watching from the sidelines. Starting small, even uncomfortably small, is how confidence is built. Part 3. Step 1. Understand the basic options. You don't need to know everything. You only need to understand the main categories. 1. Stocks. Buying shares means owning a small part of a company. Simple idea. But individual stocks can be volatile, especially for beginners. 2. ETFs. ETFs are collections of many companies in one product. They spread risk automatically. That's why many beginners start here. 3. Alternative income-based investing. This is where platforms like Mintos or Monfit come in. Instead of owning companies, you're lending money and earning interest over time. This isn't better or worse. It's different. The key is understanding what role each option plays. Part 4. How much money do you need to start? Here's the honest answer. Less than you think. What matters is not the amount, it's the habit. Many people start with $25, $50, $100 per month. The purpose of your first investments is not maximum return. It's learning how investing feels, watching your money fluctuate, understanding patience, staying calm. Those skills are far more valuable than squeezing out an extra percentage. Part 5. Choosing a starting platform. Examples. When starting out, simplicity matters. You want a platform that is easy to understand, doesn't overwhelm you, allows small, consistent investing. Some people choose ETFs through brokers. Others explore income-based platforms. For example, Mintos focuses on diversified lending investments. Monafit offers structured interest-based products. These platforms can be useful as part of a broader approach, especially for people who want predictable cash flow style investing. The goal isn't to pick the best platform. The goal is to pick one you understand and can stick with. Part 6. How to think about risk calmly. Risk is often misunderstood. Risk is not, will I lose everything tomorrow? Real risk is not investing at all, letting inflation slowly erode your savings, depending on one income source forever. Good investing isn't about avoiding risk. It's about managing it. That's why diversification, time, and consistency matter more than clever decisions. Part 7. A simple beginner structure. If you're just starting, think in layers. One part focused on long-term growth. One part focused on stability or income. One part kept as cash. Some people use ETFs for growth. Others use platforms like Mintos or Monafit for income-style investing. There is no single correct setup, only setups that match your comfort level. Part 8. What actually makes investing work? Here's what truly matters. Starting before you feel ready. Staying consistent when it's boring. Not reacting emotionally to short-term noise. Most successful investors are not smarter than others. They are calmer, more patient, and more consistent. Investing isn't about beating the market, it's about participating in it. Once you start, even with small amounts, something changes. You stop watching from the outside. You're no longer waiting, you're building. That's how investing really begins.